Hello, Perfect Community, and welcome. My name is Dr. Heather Cardin, and I will be live here today answering all your questions that you have about ketones, ketosis, and all things Prove It. I'm super excited to be with you here on this Wednesday. Each and every Wednesday at 1 o'clock at Central Standard Time, there's a different specialist live here to help you better understand how you can optimize your life, your journey towards better health with our amazing products and tools that we have here at Prove It. So as our friends are joining on, people who are brand new to the community or people who've been with us here for months or several years, go ahead and invite your friends. Go ahead and hit that share button, or you can share it to your own Facebook page. You can share it through Messenger. Invite your friends. I'm going to share just a couple minutes about myself. I'm going to share a couple minutes about the difference between endogenous ketones and exogenous ketones and tell you how I began to join this amazing community. And then we're going to get right down to business. Business is answering all your questions that you have about our amazing ketones. So as I'm sharing a little about myself, grab whatever you're going to drink. I'm trying to debate between I love the root beer or some heart tart, or maybe I'm going to mix up some Fresca freeze berries. So my name is Dr. Heather Cardin. I'm coming to you live from Overland Park, Kansas, or Kansas City, Missouri. That's my home. I work in Overland Park, Kansas. I'm the co-owner of Cardin Center for Wellness, where I practice as a functional medicine physician for well over 25 years. Part of our protocol for each and every patient who walks through our door is we implement at the very baseline, the very foundation of every protocol is we encourage our patients to eat a very clean, low carb, and our ketogenic lifestyle. So before there was TikTok, before there was Instagram, before there was Facebook, we were actually teaching our patients about what it was like and the amazing, amazing benefits of a low carb ketogenic lifestyle. We know the ketogenic diet has actually been taught and studied for well over a century. It's not anything new, but exogenous ketones are brand new. You can see me smiling from ear to ear because it's so amazing that we have as an incredible tool. I've lived, taught, and practiced the ketogenic lifestyle again for well over a couple decades. I can tell you there are many cases where it is difficult for people to achieve ketosis. Ketosis simply means your body's in a metabolic state burning fat for fuel. I'm not going to go into the many reasons why if you have a health condition where it can be hard to actually achieve ketosis, but the benefits are amazing, which means you have better cognition, better clarity. It's an amazing fuel source. It's actually our native fuel source. We come into this world as newborn babies in that state of ketosis. In utero, past 20 weeks, we're in ketosis, so it is our native fuel source. Better oxygen resource that we use when we're in ketosis, better fuel system when we're in ketosis, better digestion, better thought, better metabolism, better energy, better energy because we are utilizing oxygen better. We're utilizing ATP, which is gasoline for our mitochondria, which is the engine or the cells for our body. Again, better cognition, a better memory, better thought process. It helps connect our brain from cell to cell, better communication from our brain to the rest of our body, better digestion. As I said, we know gut health is so important. We've now learning the connection between the gut and the brain health. So many amazing things we have. We know it helps control our appetite. It helps, which controls some of those things that we crave. It helps dampen those, helps calm down our nervous system by increasing our neurotransmitter GABA, which is our happy, joyful neurotransmitter, and helping quiet down other neurotransmitters that cause our body to be excited or over anxious. So many amazing things can happen, but let's get right down to your questions. First of all, I'm going to say congratulations to everybody who just completed our reboot here in June. So if you completed the reboot, put reboot down below. If it's your first, your last, if you did the good, better, or best portion, congratulations to each and every one of you. Again, I saw root beer, so yes, I'm going to crack open my root beer, which is a free cell technology, one of our newer ones, and let's get right down to your questions. I am going to refresh my computer so I have a better chance of getting as many questions answered as possible. I know I talk a little bit fast and we are in many, many countries. The great thing is we have this on replay. We have several past years on replay. So we are going to get down here. So I saw the diabetic question. We know there are different types of diabetics. So I'm going to speak to the majority and the fastest growing population, which is type 2 diabetics, or anyone who has a significant health condition. Please check with your healthcare provider first before starting any new lifestyle plan, before implementing any new tools or any new supplementation. Please check with your healthcare provider. There are incredible research and studies going on with people who have type 2 diabetes. We know what happens with type 2 diabetes is that your body simply has to use more and more insulin to digest what it used to be able to use just a small amount of insulin for. Now it actually needs more and more insulin to get the glucose out of the blood cell and get the energy to the target cell. So we do know from research studies that in the presence of ketones in the blood cell, exogenous ketones, you drank them, you put them in your body, say you eat a carbohydrate, whether it's an apple, a bagel, piece of toast, it all has different amounts of glycemic index, that your body actually needs less insulin than it would have needed without the exogenous ketones in there. Again, this is not a study provided by Prove It, but we do want you to consult with your healthcare provider. But the study does show that in the presence of exogenous ketones inside your blood cell, that your body does downregulate the amount of insulin that it does need. So we also go back to just the basic principles. Ketones are energy for your body. Your body needs glucose and it needs ketones. So we're finding that with type 2 diabetics, we know it does help reduce your craving. We know that ketones are a better fuel source. Carbohydrates only give you energy for 30 minutes, maybe 40 minutes. Proteins give you energy for about 90 minutes. Fats, ketones are actually a breakdown of fat metabolism. Fats, nuts, seeds, olives, avocados, all break down into fats. The ketogenic diet is actually one where you're consuming 80% fats, moderate proteins, and anywhere from 3 to 5 to 8% carbohydrates, just the opposite of the standard global diet. When you're eating fats and the ketogenic diet, they break down into ketones. So right now we're drinking our root beer, we're actually having free cell ketones. So when you're in that state of ketosis, your body's burning fat for fuel, it's not burning glucose. So congratulations, all you rebooters. Big congratulations to you. Hello from Germany. Hello from everywhere. And I'm hearing Betty's sharing her experience with ketones, how it did help suppress her appetite. Great question. Jen says, if someone is interested but doesn't want to change their diet and wants to continue to eat carbohydrates, do they have to? The answer is no. The great thing is you can choose any lifestyle that you like. If you want to be a vegetarian, you want to eat a paleo diet, you want to eat a 40-30-30 diet, you want to eat a low carb diet, a ketogenic diet, a carnivore diet, you absolutely can use the ketones on any lifestyle that you choose. So yes, you can continue to have your carbohydrates, continue whatever macro percentage that you choose. Macronutrients are carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. That ratio is up to you. Choose a lifestyle that works for you, that gives you the best energy, that makes you feel the best on your journey. Simply speaking to the majority of population who generally say, I actually want to consume less processed carbohydrates. Ketones do help reduce the craving towards sugar. We know sugar is highly addictive, but many people have an amazing BMI. They feel great. Their blood work is great on a zone or on a paleo type of diet, or maybe they're doing a vegan or vegetarian diet. They feel great consuming their carbohydrates. They want to upgrade their lifestyle. They want to upgrade that feeling of being in ketosis. So no, you don't have to change your lifestyle. We do encourage you to eat a clean lifestyle, which is eliminating processed foods, processed artificial coloring and sweeteners, processed other things like sodium nitrate, any of those other processed artificial foods. In foods we want you to eliminate and eat just as clean as you can. Foods that are antibiotic free, hormone free, coloring free. That's what we actually encourage you to do. And drink ketones anytime you want to be the better version of yourself. You want to actually feel a little more energy and upgrade your life. So Melissa's saying, why after 39 hours of fasting is she feeling a little cold? That is very normal. So when you begin fasting, it is a muscle that you need to practice. Oftentimes people can't just go from eating 15 to 17 hours a day and just stop eating and go 60 hours. That's why we call the reboot the good, better, best. Oftentimes we encourage you to maybe just start fasting the first time, maybe 18 to 20 hours. The next month, maybe try 30 or 36 hours. Maybe the next month, go 48 hours. That cold response is just an autonomic response. It's a stress response from your body. But if you feel okay, besides just being cold, then we encourage you to get moving, get the blood flow going, do some jumping jacks, move your fingers, wiggle your hands, get the blood going. It's simply when that shift is happening, you've burned through the glucose or glycogen. That is the glucose in your blood cells, the glycogen stored in your muscle. And now your body's trying to make that shift happen. Normally, if you're on a low carb or a zone diet, paleo diet, and you're a distance runner and you're a distance athlete, your body will make that shift somewhere around, maybe if you're running mile 3, if you're biking, maybe mile 5 or 15, if you're paddleboarding, maybe mile 2 or 3, your body makes that shift happen. It's that point right where you actually don't feel very good to feeling like the Energizer Bunny and you could go and go and go and go. Runners feel that. Again, most endurance people feel that. That spot where you feel cold is just your body making the shift from being a sugar burner to a fat burner. But if you feel cold during the reboot, either just get your body moving a little bit. You can take a nice warm shower. You can do an Epsom salt soak, have an extra half serving of ketones, have a little more Mito plex. If it lasts too long and you're uncomfortable or you're fatigued, that might be a time to say, you know what, it's my first fast. I've done 40 hours. Congratulations to me. I did further than I thought I could do. It's time for me to stop. I'm working on my fasting muscle. Next month, I'm going to go for 48 hours. There's no reason that you have to push it the first time to 60 hours. Listen to your body. The coaches always say we're actually building that fasting muscle. That's why we work at 24 hours once a week. Some people, again, are working towards 20 hours. That last 4 hours can be very difficult. Listen to your body. But yes, that cold feeling is very normal. If you've had a more stressful month, maybe you've done 60 hours the last 5 months. This month you're feeling cold, your hands feel cold, your nose feels cold. I don't know what's going on. Could be a different part of where you are in your cycle, different part of where you are in your life. You've had a more stressful month. All that comes into play of how your body responds to fasting. You've eaten more carbohydrates. A lot of those things come into play. So just listen to your body. If you can't get your body warmed up in an hour or two, then it may be time to just break your fast and congratulate yourself, journal your journey, and then work towards a little bit longer the next month. So I love this question. Someone said, I've been drinking the ketones for 10 days and I don't feel any changes. So I'm a farm girl here in Kansas. I still love to garden. And I also have a practice, as you all know. So if your doctor were to tell you, or you were to plant something in your garden, your doctor says, well, you're anemic. We need you to take iron for the next 60 days and then we'll recheck it. You might not feel that, or maybe calcium. Your doctor says you're low, your bones need more calcium. You take calcium for 10 days, you don't really feel that. Maybe you take it for 20 days, maybe then you start to feel it. You feel like you have a little more energy, you feel like you can run, your muscles aren't as achy or sore. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer for your body to get adapted. Or conversely, if you have a brand new yard and you're putting some seed down, you're watering it. You water it day 2, water it day 3, water day 10. We don't see anything, but you know you put the seed down, you put the fertilizer down, you're watering it, but you don't see anything. All of a sudden, boom, day 21, you have grass. Or the same thing, if you're taking iron or you're taking calcium, by 2 or 3 weeks, all of a sudden you're starting to feel something like, I think I feel something. So just give your body a little bit of time to adapt. If you're a larger muscle mass person, if you're a larger person, if you have more stress, you could be a smaller person, but you work the night shift, you've had a more extensive health history, you've maybe yo-yoed with your weight, you've had a significant health history, your cells may not be as healthy as someone else, it takes a little bit more time for your body to adapt. So be patient with your body. Give your body a little bit more time. I know I just spoke with someone earlier and she said it took 2.5 months for me to notice the sleep difference. I noticed the energy difference kind of right away. I noticed the craving, dampening my cravings right away, but the sleep, it took me 2.5 months. For me, I didn't notice the energy, but I noticed the sleep. And initially, I was like a one-hit drink person with the sleep. Other people like, I don't understand the sleep thing, but Dustin Schaefer and I noticed the sleep right away. So it's going to be different for everyone's experience. Ketones are energy for the cell. They're going to go where you need it the most. So it's kind of, again, helping the cells from head to toe where they need it the most. They're water soluble, so your body takes up what it needs and eliminates out what it doesn't need. So that's when you want to make sure you're doing 1 to 2 a day, making sure you're getting water in your body, you're getting some sunlight, you're moving around so the cells are getting the ketones as you drink them, so they're moving around from cell to cell. Be patient with your time, Julie. Be patient with your body, Julie. Give it some time and it will start to adapt. So Jen is asking, does drinking 2 NAT Lites equal the same as 1 regular NAT? The answer is yes. We know the NAT Lite is about half. It doesn't have half the amount of B vitamins. It has more than half. So the NAT Lite versus a regular NAT does have half the amount of the ketones. However, it does have maybe only 30% less of the B vitamins. So it's not the whole entire ingredient is not 50% less. So 2 NAT Lites will have 1 NAT total of the beta hydroxybutyrate, but you may be getting a little bit more of the B vitamins, you may be getting a little bit more of the sodium, so you may be getting a little bit more of that, but yes, it equals 1 of the beta hydroxybutyrate of the NAT regular. And the question is, does 1 caffeine-free NAT Lite help with fat loss? So the NAT products, the Prove It products, are not a fat loss product. However, the amazing benefits, when you feel better, you have more energy, you get moving, it dampens your craving control, it helps satiety or feel fuller longer, helps you sleep better, helps your metabolism get up and get running better. That is a recipe for fat loss. We're not a fat loss or weight loss company, but however, when you feel the best version of yourself, you can actually say no to second servings, you start eating cleaner, you start sleeping better, your cortisol gets regulated better. All those things lead to a healthier person, which leads to your body saying, I don't need to use this fat anymore, because when you're in a state of ketosis, your body's metabolically burning fat for fuel. On a ketogenic diet, when you've lowered your glucose and glycogen, then your body says, well, I need energy. And your body is so smart. It says, hey, I've stored that excess on some rainy days when you've overate, overconsumed, or maybe didn't do as much activity in the form of fat cells. So when you run out of glucose and glycogen, then your liver goes out and grabs some fat out of the fat cells and breaks them down into ketones now and uses them for energy. Now we can drink straight ketones and get in that metabolic state of ketosis in less than an hour. It's that amazing. So congratulations, Kara, for completing her reboot. She says she has completed 60 hours, which is absolutely amazing, and she is down 4 pounds. So Barbara says she's hit a stall after the last 2 years. So a stall can mean a lot of things. We always say you want to create metabolic flexibility. That's why we say ketones daily, 24-hour fast weekly, and reboot monthly. So I encourage people to listen to their body. There's no way that we can use the exact same calorie intake every day, that we need the ketones exactly the same time every day. So listen to your body. If you've been doing the same thing every single day, say someone had the amazing benefit of the ketones and they lost 40 pounds in 2 years. Now the last 2 years, they haven't been able to lose anything. You're not the same person you were 40 fat pounds ago. I know I just said we're not a fat loss or weight loss company, but realistically, you're going to hear people say, feel amazing. They're not eating out of hunger, they're not eating out of loneliness, they're not exercising, they're running, they're biking, they're moving more. That is just a recipe for fat loss. But if you're doing the same thing that you were doing 40 pounds ago, your body is not the same as it was 40 pounds ago. Now you're moving, now you're eating differently. So you need to change things, create metabolic flexibility, do a 24-hour fast once a week, change up the different times that you're drinking the ketones, try the Unleash that we just unleashed again, try a keto kick, which is great for the brain, try some broth, you want to mix those up, try a Keto Pro, which has a little more protein, a little more MCT now that you're fat adapted. Mix up the times that you're drinking them. Don't just, like in 1980s, we ate breakfast because we woke up. Drink the ketones at different times. Maybe if you're drinking them the minute that you wake up, maybe you're having your fat coffee with your keto cream when you wake up and your NAT next. Well, let's switch that up and have your NAT first, then have your coffee and keto cream next. So just mix those up a little bit. We've got amazing coaching, on the Drink Ketone Daily page. So just switch something up and that will help your body break that plateau. So when it comes to scientific research, I just saw someone ask about scientific research and a specific disease. Prove It has not funded any specific research on a specific metabolic disease. We know that ketones, the ketogenic diet originally was developed for children who were not responsive to medication and were having seizures. So that was the original intention of the ketogenic diet. However, once we implemented it, and then we saw parents joining in the diet that the kids were on because the kids were having to eat a high-fat, low-carb diet. The parents didn't want to be eating a moderate to high carbohydrate diet and their kids not being able to participate in that, we saw amazing things happen. So there's so much research over 100 years old, and now that we have exogenous ketones coming into the market, thank you to Prove It, and we're so excited for their touch in the community that has created a huge ripple into the scientific world of things. When it comes to something like chronic kidney disease, chronic kidney stones, you do need to check with the healthcare provider. There's tons of information out there, but what you are drinking here are water soluble. So what that means is you simply mix it with water in your favorite shaker bottle, You drink it in 20 minutes or 30 minutes. Your body will put you in that state of ketosis in less than an hour. Your body uses what it needs and eliminates out what it doesn't need. So there is not anything in here to cause a stone or fatty liver disease because there is no fat in the ketones. There is no fat in the ketones. There's no sodium in the free cell ketones when you look at the ampules or in the up. So that's not going to cause a stone. And because it's water soluble, it means it's not stored in the body. When something is fat soluble, like vitamin A, E, D, K in high levels, then your body stores that. Something fat soluble, right? Fats get stored, water gets washed away. So since it's water soluble, it gets washed away. So when I drink my ketones now, and if I'm not on a ketogenic diet, these ketones will not keep me in ketosis tomorrow or on Friday. It will simply put me in ketosis now 2 to 4 to 6 plus hours. So hopefully that answered the questions. Keto kick versus keto nat. Absolutely great question. Keto nat is our hero product. And all the ketones, this has keto nat in it. This is bound to a salt, which is sodium. So we have keto, I always do my fist like this because I love chemistry. So we have beta hydroxybutyrate, which is a ketone. It is bound to a salt. This is how we get it to stick together. You mix it with water and shake it up, and then you drink it. It goes right into the bloodstream. The bloodstream then shuttles it out to our target organ or the muscles or where your body needs it. We talk about the keto kick. If you've had this, tell me what flavor you've had, the strawberry kiwi or the lemon drop. This actually is one complete serving. You do not need to mix this in a shaker bottle. This needs to be mixed with a shaker bottle, 12 to 14 ounces of water, 12 to 16 ounces of water. This is a little bit, we call it a neurotonic or neurotropin. It has a little bit different. It is a free cell. So the BHB or the beta hydroxybutyrate is bound to the beta hydroxybutyrate. The minute you drink it, it goes right into the blood cell. It doesn't have to be shaken apart. It's already ready to go. You don't have to wait for that few minutes for your body to actually absorb the salt and take it apart. It does have a few different amino acids in there. It also has the bound sodium, which is more specific for the brain. So it is a neurotonic. You do not have to reconstitute this. You can take this right as it is. It's meant to be taken just like a quick shot. Everybody I know that I have seen them face to face drink this absolutely notice a difference. I've heard people say the colors look brighter. They feel like things look brighter. They feel like they're hearing birds chirping outside when birds are chirping outside. It's not like they're not hearing anything, but they just think everything's brighter, everything's amplified, sounds, colors. They feel happier right away. They feel more alert right away. And it is, the difference is, this is a free cell. It has a few different amino acids in it. You can compare the label on the website. And so it's a little bit different leaving agent where it's got a potassium very specifically to the beta hydroxybutyrate. Again, it has a cysteine in there. So very few changes that make it more neurotonic for your brain. And we know how important our brain is. It dictates the function of our entire body. If you haven't tried this, hopefully you're lucky enough to get the 30% off if you add it to your smart ship, and hopefully you've tried this. It is amazing. And yes, you can have this in addition to having your keto nap. Some people love this right before their workout because we know when you're working out, especially if you're an athlete, what's stopping you from doing one more rep, one more push-up, one more second? What is that? That's just your brain. Oftentimes you've read it in so many amazing, inspiring books or workouts or TED Talks or podcasts. We stop one short. We know people are getting many PRs or taking this or feeling better. You're getting that extra boost to the brain, extra boost of oxygen to your muscles and cells. It's safe to take. You can absolutely take it with the Mito plex pre-workout if you want to. You can drink this during the whole workout and take your keto kick before and then take your keto pro after because of the extra amino acids in here. So there's no wrong way to take it. This does have 100 milligrams of caffeine in it, so I would not take it before bedtime because I'm caffeine sensitive, but Amanda, thanks for asking that great question. So gastroparesis, Danielle is asking about gastroparesis. So that's not a very common condition for a lot of people. So we really try to hit on the common questions about what happens when I take this product. But we do know is that ketones do help the GI tract. How do they help them? Because it helps with motility, it helps with absorption, it's getting more oxygen to the gut itself. We know that ketones do help create ketones themselves create a small diuretic effect. They help toxins out of the fat cells. They help pull pull some waste out of the interstitial cells. So if you do have something like gastroparesis, check with your physician first. We do know that it does stimulate and calm down the nervous system, whether it's in your brain or in your gut or in your heart. It just calms down and takes you from that fight or flight to that rest or repose, which can often help with the gut. We know stress actually amplifies gastroparesis. So if we can calm down the overall nervous system of the stress, it makes sense it should help the gastroparesis. People ask all the time, why is there sodium in the NAT? Well, we know ketones by themselves are acidic. pH of our stomach is very acidic, but that acidity doesn't last through the entire colon. So the sodium that is actually in the ketone is here to replace the diuretic effect from the ketone. It's also used to help alkalize it. So when you're talking about sensitivity to the gut, that's totally up to you. You could actually mix this with a little bit of nut milk if you want, a little bit of aloe juice if you'd like. You can have a bite of nut, a little bit of protein with it if your gut is sensitive. No matter what you have, if you're finding you're a little bit sensitive to the ketones, again, a little bit of aloe juice, a little bit of nut milk, coconut milk, hemp milk, almond milk. That's the same with the Keto Pro if you wanted to mix it with that as well. Know that that would probably break your fasting time. So if you're doing intermittent fasting and you're mixing the ketones with any fruit or nut milk, that would probably break your fasting time. So you might maybe just mix it with some MCT oil, or 1,4,3 would be a great option. That would also help coat the gut as well if you have a sensitive tummy. And the ketones are absorbed in the bloodstream, Amanda. So Betty, we talked about feeling cold earlier in today, so you can catch a replay on feeling cold. So I have someone asking about blood pressure. I know we started a little bit late here today, so we started a little bit late, so I'm gonna make sure you get all of your 30 minutes of questions in. So ketones do not treat or cure blood pressure, but we do know about blood pressure. It has many, many causes. Dehydration can cause blood pressure, stress can cause blood pressure. It could be a genetic issue causing blood pressure. So many factors can cause that. We know about ketones, or what I would say one of the first things that doctors tell people who have high blood pressure is, number one, drink more water. Number two, reduce stress. We know ketones calm down the nervous system, so you definitely want to take caffeine-free ketones. Get out and walk. The American Heart Association says walk 2.5 hours per week. That's 40 minutes 4 times a week. So 2.5 hours equals 40 minutes 4 times a week, in addition to your activity of daily living. So we know ketones give you more energy. People get moving more. So it makes sense that if ketones give you more energy, you're more likely to get moving more. It could ultimately help with your blood pressure. It calms down your nervous system, helps your blood pressure. We also know lack of sleep, intermittent sleep, can drive up your blood pressure because it actually causes an imbalance in your cortisol. If you're sleeping better, your blood pressure is going to lower. You're going to rest better. Going to wake up with a better resting heart rate, which ultimately leads to a better blood pressure. So it does not cure or treat blood pressure. However, the ultimate effects of having better sleep, getting more movement in, having a better joyful, more GABA, better happy, calm nervous system can result in better blood pressure. And if you're worried about the sodium level, then you can choose ketones. The broth has less than the NAT. The better broth, which I love if you can't tell, has less than the NAT. We know that the Keto Up, the Mexican ketones, the free cell, don't have any of the sodium in there. You can simply just get with whoever referred you to prove it, and they can go through and tell you how to find all the labels, 100% disclosure on our website. There's nothing we're hiding from you, so you can get all the information to you. And if there's a question with medications to date, since Prove It has opened in 2015, I've been very blessed to be with Prove It since we launched our website, since we launched the product. We have not found any medication to date, whether over the counter or behind the counter, that there is any contraindication with any pharmaceutical or over the counter medications with ketones, because ketones are water soluble and they're naturally produced by your body. You could wake up in the state of ketosis, you could eat a bagel and have some juice, and if you're a high metabolizer and you go work out for a couple hours and maybe then just have some protein or a fat bomb or some handful of nuts or granola, you could be back in ketosis and then be a sugar burner, have a little bit of food, and then maybe go work out again, or just be an active person, clean out your garage and be back in ketosis without even drinking ketones. Your body is supposed to shift back and forth. You're supposed to be a dual fuel burner. What ketones do is help make that shift happen better. It's like a fuel injector for your body. Makes that shift happen better, easier, and put you at a higher therapeutic level, so you're maximally burning fat for fuel, maximally burning at that therapeutic level of ketosis. So Liz, when it comes to a specific medication, check with your pharmacist, check with your healthcare provider. They all know your health history better than we do. So I can't give you that permission. Dr. Andy, or nor can any other provider here or any other healthcare professional give you that permission if it's going to be a contraindication. But what I can tell you to date, since 2015, it's 2022, we've yet to find any contraindication with any medication that we've heard from any pharmacist or a medication or pharmaceutical company that there is a contraindication with ketones and a medication. But please check with your healthcare provider, because we don't know your full health history. We don't know your full extensiveness. I mean, people take medications that interact all the time, so please check with them first. I know that we're almost out of time here. We've got about 3 minutes left because I started at 1:15. I was a couple minutes late here. So Melissa's asking, I just completed my first fast, which is great. Do I continue to be low carb? So the great thing is you choose the lifestyle that you want. People would start the reboot, and people have been doing fast. I've been teaching them for well over 2 decades. People would do fast to kickstart being on a ketogenic diet. And if you want to maintain being on a ketogenic diet in a natural state of ketosis, and then use or prove its ketones, like amazing root beer. I do love this. If you love this, put some hearts down for the reboot. I'm sorry, for the root beer. If you want to maintain ketosis, natural ketogenic diet or ketosis, but elevate your level to a therapeutic level while drinking ketones, you can absolutely stay there and be on a ketogenic diet. You just have to calculate your macros. If you want to use a reboot, but not be in ketosis naturally, for that, but be on a low carb diet and drink ketones to get all the benefits of ketosis, but be on a low carb diet, not as strict as a very low carb diet, is what we call the ketogenic diet, then you simply just eat a low carb diet, clean low carb diet. You can order our amazing better meals we haven't talked about today. You can do your own meal planning if you like. Maybe you did the reboot to kick off and just get the benefits of a 60-hour metabolic shift, metabolic reset for your body. You can go back to your original lifestyle plan, whether that be paleo, vegan, vegetarian, omnivore, carnivore, whatever it is. You can go back to whatever lifestyle that you choose. Again, before Prove It, people would use a reboot just to help clean out your body, a 60-hour reboot, to either kick off getting into ketosis or kick off to going back to a low-carb diet to get rid of the cravings or reset those cravings, reset the gut, reset the bloating, and really does help you reset those cravings. And people have done the reboot. They say, it's so glad I did that. I don't know. I haven't ever heard someone say, I regret doing that, because they love how they feel. They love that they actually notice the taste of foods after they do it. They feel like even if the scale didn't shift, they feel like the stiffness of their hands have gone away. I've heard that this morning. They feel like they have their morning belly all day long, not just in the morning when they wake up. They feel like they don't crave the things they used to, whether it's salty or sweet. So however you choose after you do a 24 fast or the reboot, and continue with lifestyle that works for you, because that's the only one that you will do, is the one that works for you. So pick and choose the one that you'd like to do. So Kathy says, I love ketones. I don't love the Mito plex. Can I skip the Mito plex? I'm going to have a drink about that. So we have things that are essential for survival. So my answer would be, as a healthcare provider, no, please don't skip the Mito plex. And we used to just have the plain flavor, which I was not a super fan of, but I'm a super fan of what electrolytes do for your body. Essential means necessary for survival. There are other ones on the market, but they have sugar in them, maltodextrine, corn syrup, other things like that. Electrolytes are essential for survival, which means your body needs them. They help connect and help make electricity in your body. Electrolytes plus water equal electricity from your heart to your kidneys, from your brain to your heart. It helps make electricity happen throughout your body. You've heard of the sodium potassium pump happening, all those things, the adrenal glands making electricity, all those happen. We used to have 18 inches of topsoil. Here goes my farm girl from Kansas. And now we only have 2 inches of topsoil. So even if you're eating the recommended 11 cups of greens a day, you're still going to be depleted in the electrolytes, because we get those from the greens, the topsoil, some of the rooted vegetables. We just can't get enough in our diet. And if you're one of those people who've actually found yourself losing some fat or you're finding yourself, you work in a hot environment and you're sweating, even if you're juicing celery, you're having 4 cups of spinach, you're having arugula, you're having all the collard greens, you're having all that stuff, you're still finding yourself lower on the electrolytes. I'm finding this all the time on lab work. Then you need to have electrolytes. We have them in amazing flavors, plain, lemon, orange, lime. You can mix them with any of your ketones if you're not a fan of the flavor. This is not a meal replacement, it's electrolytes. You can take them any time of the day. You can take them while you're working out. You can take them with any of your water, first time of the day, at night, anytime. Your body needs electrolytes, anywhere from 1 to 3. Better, good, better, best is how we say that. But yes, I prefer that everyone have at least 1 serving of electrolytes a day, which are the Mito plex. This is a very special electrolyte. We worked very hard to get this to be what it is, which means it has something called PQ2 in it. Oftentimes, my patients will come in and say, oh, I drink water, and I look at their labs and they're dehydrated. We know that sodium, because people go on a low sodium diet, sodium helps put nutrients like vitamin B, vitamin C, iron. It puts nutrients into the cell. Well, what helps put sodium into the cell? Electrolytes. Electrolytes help move sodium into the cell. What happens is if you don't have the right nutrients, then the water just washes from the mouth on out your body. It doesn't actually get into the cell. That's where electrolytes come in. Electrolytes help make that happen. Gets nutrients into the cells, and if your cells aren't very healthy, they're not very strong to help pull those in. That's why people on a ketogenic diet like taking exogenous ketones to help upgrade their therapeutic level of ketosis, or people have a hard time staying in ketosis because their body just has been through maybe some health challenges. We also know, again, a lot of people don't eat 11 servings of greens. Yes, that is a new RDA, 11 to 15 servings. It's not corn, not wheat, it is green vegetables, but everyone needs electrolytes. We have a great YouTube video that you can learn a lot more from Dr. Ryan Lowry and Dr. Jacob Wilson. Some amazing information there, but I would love everyone to take that. At least 1 Mito plex a day. That's why we bundle them together and give an amazing price. We think it's that important. And again, you can take the Mito plex with water. You can take them with your ketones. You can actually take them straight if you like. I know some people who like to take it like a pixie stick and they just shoot them straight. They are tart. I love the taste of them, so I like them with a good 20 ounces of water. So hopefully that answers your questions there, Kathy. I know we are out of time today. If I did not answer your questions, I'm sorry I did not get time to answer that, but know that we do have the past, I think, 5 years of Facebook Lives that you can go back, just use the search bar and find that question, or whoever invited you to this page, they can help you find the answer to that question. Again, my name is Dr. Heather Carden, coming to you live from Kansas City. Super excited to be here with you on this beautiful Wednesday morning here. We are under our tornado watch and tornado warning here in Kansas. Love this weather. So hopefully you have beautiful weather where you're watching from. We brought some value to your day, something that you learned a little bit about Prove It and our amazing technology here that you can use to upgrade your health, or someone that you know or love that can upgrade their health. We hope we answer some questions that you were going, I wonder if that's really true. My friend or neighbor told me that. And I want to say, if you're drinking root beer today, cheers. And whatever else you're drinking, keep on proving it. And we will see you next Wednesday at 1 o'clock Central Standard Time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.